thing to do, eh?
Yeah, because it's
You love a pillow, and that's what Andre was making fun of with those.
I know, and I don't care because they're my pillows, okay?
Yeah, but I am the pillow.
Yeah.
Hug me. No.
That's just TMI with your hosts, Dee Dee and Sir Dre.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl Dee Dee from That's Just TMI, and I'm here with Tiffany.
Tiffany down. She got it going on.
Every time she says it, like my head just goes whoop, 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 whoop.
Because that's what it is, the vibe.
It is a vibe.
I created that.
And we love it. Like, we 100% love it. So today we're actually going to be doing a chat on close friends. We're talking about your friendships.
What about your friends? Are they gonna be? I don't know.
This is good. I feel like throughout this episode, whenever we say certain words, there'll be a song. You should stay tuned.
But that's what they say for the Pathfinders, right?
Unbelievable. Keep a song in your heart.
And go on God's errands. Go on the Lord's errands. Okay.
So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell so you'll get all the notification. And without further ado, let's get into this video.
Henny, I understand that you are suing your ex-girlfriend. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what happened in this lovely relationship?
5 months after we moved in together, you know, she started picking arguments with me. Like, these were different arguments, not the regular moody Denise arguments that we have, but these were different types of arguments. And she has this one friend. She actually has 3 friends. One of them is Maya, and the other 2 I bought were the Pomeranians. So
You don't have a lot of friends, Miss Henry?
I do have a lot of friends. Just the friend that I have here in court, she's been my friend since we were 9. We go back, we're like sisters.
Okay.
So she was around a lot.
Then what happened, Mr. Henny? Why are we here?
In short, it's Maya's fault. But let me tell you the story.
Okay, tell me.
So we're driving home, and she tells me that Maya saw me with another girl out in some restaurant and at a bar. And she accused me of cheating on her.
Ooh.
And mind you,
I'm going to ask
Yes.
because this is like a soap opera. Sometimes I feel these cases. But I'm going to ask, have you ever cheated on her?
Never.
Has you ever cheated on
I
her?
don't even
I have
cheat at
never cheated
Monopoly.
on him.
Okay, so Maya basically puts it in Denise's ear that you are cheating with her because why?
Because she saw me one week, and I was at a restaurant with a lady, and I was also at a bar with a lady.
Maya, why don't you get up? So you saw Richard in 2 different places with the same girl?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how do you know they were cheating? Or what was it about? What was going on between them that you were convinced?
The way they were pampering each other, most likely.
What do you mean by pampering?
He will the girl will lean into his shoulder, and he will hug her. And there's times where I seen him coming out of the bar, and they gave themselves a big, huge, long hug.
Okay. So then that you giving each other, did you ever go up to Richard and say, hey, listen, what's going on here?
I approached him on the first time that I saw him.
Did she approach you the first time she saw you?
I don't even remember.
And I told him, hi, good evening, Richard. And he looked at me surprisively. He didn't even know I was there.
Okay. All right. So then you went home and you told Denise, or you called your girlfriend and you told her.
I didn't say that the first time. I just waited because I didn't want to get into it right away. I didn't want to.
So you saw him again a couple weeks later, and you told Denise.
I told Denise about it.
All right. So then, take it from there, Richard.
Well, so me and Denise, we're driving home, and she starts crying. And, you know, at this time, I'm still madly in love with her. And so I start to, I become vulnerable. So I'm like, what's wrong? And then she tells me that, well, somebody said that you were cheating on me.
You told her, I'm not cheating on you, Denise.
No, why would I cheat on you?
And you didn't believe him?
I did not believe him.
Why didn't you believe him?
Just the details that Maya finally revealed to me, just saying
What was it that Maya said that convinced you he was
she told me that they were very close at the restaurant and at the bar the second meeting. He picked up the tab. He was pulling her chair out. They were walking very close together, just looking like it was the first few dates with a new woman.
So what'd you do? Did you break up with her?
I mean, she was gone. She left me this note here.
Let me see. Bernard.
This is crazy.
She didn't even have the decency to write me a paragraph. It was just a sentence.
Well, I mean, you broke my heart. I'm sorry.
Says, thanks for cheating on
I
me.
didn't actually break your
on
heart.
her, why
Maya
not?
broke your heart.
After cheating on her.
Well,
You were cheating on
who
me.
was I with, Maya?
Okay.
With a lady, I don't even know.
Really?
Bring the witness, please. Can you tell me your name, please?
Valerie.
And Denise, do you recognize this young lady?
I do, actually.
Who is she?
This is Richard's cousin.
Okay. And Maya, who's this girl?
The lady that was with him on the bar and on dinner.
And can I ask you what was happening while were you out with your cousin?
I was basically, I've been consulting my cousin for a while now because I've been having issues with my ex-husband. He cheated on me recently, so I just drove out and hung out with my cousin for a while just to kind of get away.
Anything you want to say, Denise?
I feel kind of bad now that what I've done to him. I wasn't aware
Maya,
that
you
it
can
was
go
his
ahead and sit down.
cousin. He never told me it was his cousin, so I was not sure of whom the woman
Well, he
was.
had no idea what you were talking about. You were accusing him of cheating with somebody. Who the heck was he supposed to say I'm cheating with when he wasn't cheating? Because he was actually telling the truth.
Exactly.
What a catastrophe.
And that's your close friend.
Right.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like, I think
she's garbage for that. And you know
100%.
what? The girlfriend did not come off apologetic.
at all.
And I did not like that. Because then I would have turned to my friend in that moment and been like, girl.
Yeah.
But then I would have been mad at myself, like, I'm out here listening to you. So this is,
And the
there's
man
a
is
fine
telling
line
you
though.
100% that
There's a fine line. So I feel deep down inside, she does not trust her man
at all.
regardless.
Yeah.
Because if you trusted your man,
When he told you he wasn't doing nothing, you would have shut down your friend.
right,
Okay. Close friends.
close friends,
Mm-hmm.
do you believe them or not?
First of all, do you guys have close friends? And then, what is your definition of a close friend? Because is your close friend just your ride or die? Is your close friend, some of us, their close friends are their family. Some people, their close friends are their family.
Right,
you know,
right,
so it's
right.
like you got like double, I guess, security. You know that your family
Right.
wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you, and they're also your close friends. Are your close friends only females? Are your close friends only males? Like they're just a lot of
Right. Who do they embody? Like, what does close friends mean?
Yeah, because you know they always say, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you who you are."
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what I have to.
It's gonna be good.
Well, the thing is, nobody knows Tiffany like Tiffany, Dawn, Barrow, and the Lord. Nobody.
Yeah.
And I will have it that way.
So
I will have it that
Is
way.
it that way though because you don't trust people?
No, I will have it that way because I've learned to modify, not modify, understand what I'm able to share, what I'm okay releasing from my mouth, and what I'm not okay releasing from my mouth.
Yes.
What I'm not okay releasing from my mouth may be shame.
Yeah.
Sure, it may be shame. Or it may be in my mind,
Yeah.
the people that are here, the way that they discuss
Other things or other people or yeah.
you will never,
This is so good.
no, I'm not. You feel comfortable around your friends saying what you have to say. There are things I feel very comfortable around certain friends, certain close friends, yes. But other ones, I know how to serve information.
Yeah. I know how to edit myself for
Editing,
lack of a better term.
yeah.
And revise
Yeah.
and so there's certain people when I sit around them, I really think about what I'm gonna say before I say it.
Yeah.
And it's in those moments that I realize maybe you're really not a close friend. You know?
Yup.
And I may be able to talk to you about certain other things and
Yeah.
it's great. But then when I get to this point or this
Yeah.
topic or this issue, I'm like,
I'm gonna reserve that.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I think for myself, I realized this a couple years ago, that I have specific friendship groups for specific things. So I may have what people may deem as multiple close friends, but they're close for different reasons. Yeah.
I'm
So like
there.
I have my go-to people when I want to talk about music. I have
Right,
my
right,
go-to
right.
people for like real life issues, like concerns, problems, things I'm going through.
Right.
I have those set of people. And then I have the people for like your everyday stuff, your work, your
Right.
whatever type of thing. But does that make me a bad person for having like separate friends?
No. How did you compartmentalize that?
Um,
It took several rounds.
It
No.
100%
Right.
did. And you know, I actually, this may not sound good, and I'm not necessarily telling you to do this, but this is what I did. I tested people. I tested the different people that I called my friends because I wanted to know if they could keep certain information.
Mm-hmm.
So there were certain things, I kid you not, I literally told certain people
Mm-hmm.
to see if it would get to other people that I didn't specifically tell.
Got it.
And when I realized that certain information got to other places, I was like, okay, now I know my limit. Like, I've kind of boxed you into this category. Like, I can tell you stuff basically when I want it to get everywhere. Because you clearly can't travel with news. You carry news.
CP24.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I did it. I tested my friends. And
Yeah.
I really wanted to see who was
I
there for me.
have been a culprit in the past of sharing information that I probably shouldn't have shared. I've been a culprit. I have.
So when you shared the information, did the other person find out that you shared it?
Yeah, she did.
How did she find out? Like the other person told her, like, I heard this from Tiff.
I actually don't know how.
Oh.
But it might have circled back. And she might have. I actually don't know. It was so long ago. It was so long ago.
Thanks for owning it.
But the girl, Plum, did not talk to me after and did not tell me why. And I had to fish out why, like reasoning.
Yeah.
Until I got so tired, I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to address me. Actually, no, she addressed me before one time. So I'm like, and then she stopped talking to me. I'm like, so is she still harping on this?
Yeah, yeah.
Or did something else come out? Because I'm pretty sure, like, we don't even run in the same
circle.
Right. And so, anyways, we were close, but we were not that close. So it didn't affect you that much. It did because I felt bad, right? Because you learn, right? And this is what I'm saying. I've learned from that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not just, would I want this out? Can I trust the person? Because this is what I know.
Yeah. And
I don't know if it applies to you and Kimi Kim. But if I'm telling a married person, their pillow talk might be what I say. So I think about that too.
Interesting. That's good.
Pillow talk?
That's a good statement. But this is, so outside of getting counseling from pastors, Pastor Dre did my counseling. Okay. Yeah, and then I found out he was my cousin. My mother also counseled us, right? And my mother, if I tell my mom something, if it's not detrimental to my life, my father won't know. And I think that that's because of the fact that she counsels people and all that stuff. So she takes that with her, and she wants to embody people's trust. She doesn't want it to be a thing where, okay, I've told her something, so people must think that my dad now knows about it, or the rest of the household knows about it. So I've taken that and I'm trying to put it into practice 100% because I do want to be that person where people can come to me and know that once it's said to me, Keem has no clue.
It's dead.
And that has happened where people have looked at me and they're like, why didn't you tell Keem? And I'm like, you didn't look at me and say, tell Akeem this after I finished telling you. So I'm not going to go spread your business. Right? And I think that, like you're saying, that's something that a lot of people don't even take into consideration.
Right.
Like, do you really want the other person's spouse to talk about it or to know about it?
It's
or is it something that, you and your spouse have decided that under this circumstance, like if my girls come and talk to me or if your boys come and talk to you, that's it. Like, the other person doesn't need to know. As long as it's not like, y'all are plotting and planning to cheat or do something that will endanger the marriage, or the sanctity thereof. So that's how I've looked at it. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also because I'm fresh in the marriage, you know? Like, we
You're
have so many
fresh
other
us.
things to talk about that we don't talk about. I love people, but I don't care for people or their business. I don't care for
Wow.
people's business to be in my bedroom, okay?
That's
just
true.
that.
That's true.
Like-
But I know couples that do.
Oh, no, I know couples that do, too, because
Right?
I've talked to, like, one
Pillow talk
person,
is a wicked thing.
and then I hear it from their spouse, and I'm like, that was the test.
Right.
I will never talk to you
Right.
about anything
Right.
again, unless I know that I don't
It's
care.
okay.
If yeah,
Right.
if your spouse talks about it, because then when your spouse finds out about it or knows about it, I'm then like, who else have you told?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or is it just that you tell your spouse, or do your children now know too? Like,
Right.
like what? Where does that talk stop?
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
Right.
I wonder about those things. Or are you going to use my story as an analogy? Like,
Right.
You're gonna be like, I once knew a person who, and I'm sitting there like, that's me. Like,
Right.
why are you telling my business?
Right.
So
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, how do you then navigate?
like what to tell Keem and what not to tell Keem.
Well, yeah. Do you use analogies? Because I feel like
To tell him stories about like
not even to tell him stories, but to tell people like general friends.
No.
Or it depends on the story or what the person was comfortable with sharing.
Okay, so
Because we have to get to the point of the fire topic,
yes.
which is our homeboy, our
Yes.
singer.
So I don't use analogies. If I'm told a story, if I want to take it somewhere,
Right.
I'll either say, is this something that you don't want me to repeat?
Okay.
Or I'll say, wow, this is a good story. I may want to tell this, this, and this.
Mhm.
And if they stop me, and I wouldn't go outside of that circle, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna use an example. So I'm gonna say, if my sister tells me a story, I'm gonna be like, oh wow, like this is good. I'm gonna tell Keem and like mommy, or like and our cousin type of thing. And if she's like, no, don't tell them. That's it, because I'm not gonna take that story from my sister to
Right.
like other people,
Right,
like work friends or like regular friends. So if it's a friendship circle, I'll look at them and be like let's say for argument's sake, a music circle. I'll be like, oh, that was good. Do you want me to tell like these people who we all know as music people? And they're like, no, that's it. Out of sight, out of mind. Like I don't care. And there are a lot of times when people tell me stories, and then 2 months will go by or whatever, and they'll be like, remember when I told you? And I have not a clue.
Yeah, that
Like-
definitely happens to me.
And it's not even like I'm trying to be rude. Like I really need my memory to be jogged, because I'm like, so
Yeah.
many things have happened
Yeah.
between that time, and like I love you as a friend, but your life isn't my main focus.
No.
So I
But
may
if
genuinely
it's
forget.
juicy, I'm gonna remember.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
this is
if
juice.
it's juicy, I will definitely remember, and it will be 100% hard for me to keep it to myself. But I've kept some stuff, and then when
Yeah.
things come to light, and people are like, "Oh my goodness, this
It's
is
a
this."
breath of-
Did you know? And I'm like, "What?
Listen, you know,
This happened?"
I'm gonna call him out. You know, Carl Hutchinson has his plays, eh?
Mhm.
I am that actor that would be like, what?
No.
And
Like,
meanwhile, I'm like, who? I'm so glad the people that know now. because
Right,
this is hard.
right, because this was so hard
Yeah.
to keep to myself. But then I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you. And then I look at the length of time that it took for it to come out. I'm like, you did
Yeah.
good, girl.
Yes.
Like, you did good. There's so many
Yeah.
times when things happen, and then Keen finds out, like, months later, and he's like, did you know? And I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't know. He's like, so why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, it wasn't my business to share.
right.
You know?
Yeah, I find as a hairdresser, I cannot even people sometimes now I just like to let's just watch Girlfriends. So,
Yeah.
like I want you to be able to be comfortable
Mm-hmm.
in my chair.
Yes.
I want you to be able to be comfortable. However,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some clients come and they
Let it
literally let everything out. They vomit everything that's been on the inside. They want to come to a place of tranquility.
it's
They want to be
overwhelming.
relaxed. And literally, it's information. And I try to make the information go through one ear and out the other.
Sometimes it gets stuck right there.
And sometimes it's getting stuck. And there's only been one instance where one of my clients, it was a close friend, she told me a story.
Mhm.
but it was so close to home that I cried after she left. I couldn't even rub her shoulder to like soothe her because I'm like, you're now getting too involved as a hairdresser, but where are you as a friend?
Yeah.
And we were friends, but we weren't even that close as friends. But the information was so sensitive that I was like, there's no way on God's green earth that I am saying a darn thing.
Yeah.
I could not. And years later, like 3-4 years later, somebody else brought it up.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yep. Yeah, like you
I'm like, yo, that's so crazy. But then I'm like, I want you guys to know that I will never tell stories about the people because my chair is literally like, I said I would write a book with people's permission. There's so many stories and information that people give me. And it's not even like sad stories. It's great stories. It's success stories, business stories. But there are some sensitive stories. And I think those are the sensitive stories that we're speaking about today.
Yeah.
And I would love to address the story that we came together to talk about. So if you will.
So part of the reason why we also wanted to talk about the close friends is because of things that we've seen on social media.
Damn Instagram.
Listen.
Damn you. Who's
Instagram? Like? I think Facebook. I know Snapchat. You have the ability to send things to specific people.
Yeah.
And when you send the items to specific people, who you selected,
close friends.
They are your close friends.
Who did you select?
Who are your close friends? That's really what we're trying to address and talk about.
Revise your list before 2021.
Exactly. Or revise it for 20. That be part of your New Year's resolution. Yeah. Really know who you have in your circle. Really know who you can trust. Really know who you can talk to about everything. So, as we've mentioned before, like, we are faith, I guess, godly people. Faith-believing people. So we know gospel singers.
Right.
I mean, may not know them, but like, we know them. Like, we know their music. Right. You know, we know who they are. And
this particular singer, I actually have been following him, from before.
Me too. Like, I used to watch them on YouTube
when they were
and they were like,
when no one was pooping on them.
Yeah. And then
I was writing for you. I'm so
I was watching them on YouTube like that was my Friday night ritual. I was
nobody really knew about them
at all. And then they just blew up
because Kirk Franklin got a
he
hold
took
of them
under his wings.
Cuddle them in cuddle. And he nursed them musically to what they are today.
Yes. So so Instagram then blows up, and I felt ways. I really felt
Did we tell them we're talking about Daryl?
Well, you just did. So
it's Uncle Daryl.
Yeah. Genuinely love him. Like I watch his live. What is it? Every Tuesday he goes on live to talk to sing songs like hymns, old songs, like just
maybe an outlet.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. And so I don't necessarily want to. I mean, his business is already out there on the street, but I don't necessarily want to talk about the business per se.
Okay.
I want to talk about the close friends.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the part that I'm really trying to drive home.
I know, but it's the sensitive topic that I think the close friends either did consider and didn't care, or did not consider and didn't care.
You're right. So it has to be like a twofold thing where when you're telling your friend, your close friends, sensitive topics, obviously you would expect them to keep their mouth shut.
Yes, but we always give the disclaimer. And I know people, because I've done it myself, like, I know I don't have to tell you, but don't tell anyone.
It's true. That is.
We do
always
it.
the
We
same.
do it just
Don't tell
for
anyone.
reassurance, right?
And then it's also so that it can't be said that it was never said.
Right.
You know, because there are some
Right.
people who are like, but you never told me that I couldn't tell anyone. It's like,
Right.
but that should have been a given.
Right.
So now
Right.
you say, hey,
Right.
don't tell. That's why I think as a society we started saying, don't tell anyone, or this is just between me and you, right?
Right.
And then you also have the person who's listening who's always just like, don't worry, it's just between me and you, or
Yeah.
I got you, girl, or I got
Yeah.
you, boy. Like,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then your business end up on street.
Your
And
business,
we are the street at this point because
What is
we
street?
we weren't the close friends,
We were not the close friends.
but we end up in the streets with the business.
Oh, we were. It's a parade out there.
That was very good.
Why? But yeah, so the friends. So here's my thing, right? We give them the disclaimer. We say, don't tell. I know I don't have to tell you, but.
Keep it a secret.
And yet, right? Here we are. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's like, concern is concern. And maybe that's why I have this thing in my mind too. Maybe it's even because I love to self-analyze. So maybe it's even because I know who I was in the past that I'm like, be careful. Be silent.
You know what? Let me tell you something. My parents have always told me that nobody's gonna have your back like your family.
You're right.
You know,
But it depends on who your family is.
No. I'm talking about immediate family.
I know, and it
Okay.
depends on who your immediate family is.
Maybe that's so.
Because your immediate family can be torn.
This is also true.
You
But-
have a great, I have a great.
Yeah.
Kimmy has a great,
Yes.
you know? But we, like, who?
It's true.
There's people that don't
Yeah.
have a great and have to create their own family.
Yes. And friends are the family you get to
If
choose.
it's too soft, I'm like,
Yeah, I can't go with it. Because
Yeah.
I feel like we're losing the
right.
message.
I need you to, sometimes I want you to feel the pinch.
Yeah.
Because you're
So you
not,
understand the
so you
seriousness. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from. And sometimes I'm just too sassy for the saints of God. I will say that I love my family. Like, they're my core. I do have compartmentalized friends.
Yes.
For certain information.
Yes. And I feel like that's needed.
100%. Because I know sometimes your mind can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some friends are just so naive. No.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, let me not give you a heart attack every time.
Yeah, and you choose who you're gonna tell
yeah.
certain things to.
Or I have learned to consult other friends on how to approach a situation, on what to say, and because I don't want to be the person. For a while too, I'm not proud of who I used to be, but I am proud of who I'm becoming in terms of addressing situations between my friends or things that I have issues with.
And I think that comes with time, maturity.
It comes with time and maturity.
Yeah.
Now, I've realized that my mouth is fire red like this shirt. Like the pillow.
Like the blanket.
Like the trim.
Like
Okay. So sometimes what I think is okay to say still has some sass to it. And so I will shoot what I want to say to a friend.
Yeah.
And she will definitely try to soften the blow.
Yes, yeah.
But still get that point
Same
across.
message. You know, because you're like, oh, you're my girl. And you know, she's sharing, right? She's sharing stuff. I'm sharing stuff, and it was going well. Right? Then I hung out with her and her boyfriend. The boyfriend is now coming to me saying, oh, to deal with XYZ and this situation, and pretty much telling me everything that I told her. Wow.
So that to me is like you don't have control.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even want to say control, but you have not created that line.
Yes, where you tell him
of
don't
respect.
pass this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'll slow your all breads. What do you mean? So I think that she disrespected you because she told him one, and then she allowed
him to come back and tell me.
How, Sway? How?
Listen, I don't know. And
how?
This is basically what we're trying to figure out. Like, how are your close friends in those relationships? How are those happening? How did those form? Like, you know how some people have some friends from like childhood, like their parents just knew each other, so they grew together and all that type of stuff, and then they're just close. And then we watch a lot of stuff on TV where you're just like, wow, that's so amazing. That's scripted. Okay? Yeah. Some of y'all forget. These things are scripted.
But even so, I'm gonna say this. You could have grown up with me. That does not make you my close friend.
Agreed.
We could have been close for a season. We could have been close for a reason. But when you sit back and you think about sensitive things you want to speak about, that person that has been in your life may not be the one
you want to talk to about this.
It may not be the one.
100%.
So I think it's responsibility on our part to, and this is why we have to ask for wisdom and understanding and discernment.
Discernment is good. You need it.
You need
for every aspect of your life.
Right.
It's not just like, I mean, you may hear the word mostly used in like a church setting. That's the most time I've heard it. But I know that it needs to be applied in everything.
Daily life.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, when a person comes to sit in my chair and they say something to me, I used to think, okay, do you want a yes man, a no man? Do you want advice? Do you just want to talk?
Yeah. They don't even want a response.
And I pray for discernment because what you looking for? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have recently caught myself in situations. Well, two, I'm going to address a comment you said before. But I found myself in situations where somebody has said something and I know I don't agree with the person, but I know if I disagree with the person, this is now a rabbit hole and a waste of half an hour. Because at the end of the day, I'm so stubborn that I'm still not going to agree with you. And so what I have learned to do is the Homer Simpson.
Ay, Sash, come back with it.
I'm Homer. Give me Homer every day of my life.
This is good.
You're going to argue, and like, I respect your point.
But I don't have to agree with it.
I don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
And so if I realize across the board with, you know, guys that I talk to, with my family, with my friends, clients.
Yeah.
Like, you say something and I don't agree, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I don't really agree. But I feel sometimes people have a stance of like proving that they are correct.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, don't even waste your breath trying to prove, because I respect your point, and that's cool. We should move on to another topic.
But I don't,
because I'm now deaf to what you're saying. I'm deaf.
Some people feel like if you don't agree with them, then you
have to prove that you're right.
Everything.
No, like, I'm not trying. Like, you said what you said. Congratulations. And when I say what I say, I need you to shut your top lip.
I said it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, bro. I don't know. I just don't have time. Like, I don't want to hear it. I heard you.
I receive it, and that's it.
Yeah, we're done. Like, you don't even have to go there. And sometimes I feel like, man, you're really trying a thing. Like, you're going in trying to prove that you are legit right. Congratulations to you, my dear. But yeah, I think in terms of like friendship and close friends and sensitive topics, if it's sensitive, and I think you said this before, testing the person. If it's sensitive, although it's a test, know that you're putting it out into the atmosphere, And wherever it may go, it may go.
And you may have to play a lot of backtracking to correct the people, especially depending on what you tell them, right?
Depending.
And again, with the sensitive thing, I mean, sensitive is different for everybody, right? It's your own.
Yeah, sometimes things are too sensitive.
Like I met someone, and when I was going to Humber,
it's so subjective.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And what she would tell me, and like, I just met you. Like, I started the semester January, and like by midway through January, you were like, yeah, so I'm doing this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, what is my last name? You don't know.
Right.
I don't even know your name.
Do you live on a crescent or a drive?
It's like, but she was so free in sharing that information that I guess most people would have said, this is sensitive. Like, I would keep this to only my friends or close people. But she was just very big and bold with it. And that shocked me because it was weird to see people
so open.
Yeah.
But I also think that's our culture.
Yeah,
so it's a catch-22. So our culture is sort of scarred because we keep so many things in and we don't share. And I think that hurts us. Okay? Yes. There are situations where I do think we should be open.
Yes.
And this is why we need discernment.
Yes.
Like, because for our culture, for the Black culture, we are not taught, a Caribbean, I'll say, we are not taught to tell your business.
Oh, 100%.
And that's where we came up with the don't say a word
thing. Yeah.
Right? And sometimes, I remember I wanted to, on Facebook, this is probably like 4 years ago, I don't know. I wanted to take my mom. We were on our way to church, just her and I. We were having like good jokes in the car. And I wanted to put it on Facebook. She's like, why would you expose me like that? I'm like, oh my God, girl, we're not even talking about like
anything that's like,
yeah, granddaddy, nothing. R.I.P. to my granddad. But you know, like there was nothing. It wasn't even anything heavy. It was just like a good moment. A feel good moment. And she's like, why would you expose? I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then I tried to tell my parents one time, hey, maybe we should have like family therapy. And they're like, my dad particularly, he's like, why would we even need that? And I'm like, the fact that you're asking, right? Because they feel, and I do think this happens sometimes, people go to therapy, they don't think anything's wrong, and then they blame the therapist for opening up what was
already there, but they just
right? You glaze over it, but I don't want you to glaze over me like a donut.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to talk about the things because there are underlining things, right, that I deal with from my family and that my parents deal from their family. And then they've brought all of that pasa into our family.
Yes.
And now,
here you are.
Here we are.
In your presence.
Right? So it's like, wait. So we should be talking about some things, but there's some things that are super sensitive that we need to be sensitive to and know when to shut up your big mouth.
Yeah. And you know, I'm reminded of when you said that you wanted to put something up of your mom on Facebook.
Yes.
That's my mom. Like my dad has Facebook, but unless I send him a picture to then tell him, you can post this one. Like nothing's posted. My mom isn't like tech savvy, so she doesn't have social media like that. But if I am gonna put her on it, it's like, okay, let me see the picture, let me approve. Right. And it's at the point now where I just reuse the pictures that she's already approved because I'm like, I don't want to have to go through that. But then when I think about that and I think about how we are now within our generation,
we're so exposed.
Exactly. We expose our damn selves.
And then it hurts our feelings sometimes.
Okay, so we expose ourselves. We post all this stuff out there. Not like, I don't know if you don't remember that this is open to everybody's eyes and everyone's opinion and everyone's everything. Right. So then when people start giving you their opinions, you're like, wait, why are they saying this?
But it's an open forum, so they're allowed to give opinions.
Their own opinion.
Like if you do not want someone to come for you, then don't write anything. That's
Leave
my
your page
stand.
blank. If you want to be one of those people that
You
just
want
have
to be a stalker? Be the stalker and
That's it.
own your stalkership.
Yes.
Okay? That's not even a word, but I'm making it up. Own it. If you want to stalk the people's children of God, then stalk them. That's
But
okay.
Just be aware that every time you post something, it's open to everybody to have their opinion.
And like Walmart.
Exactly. And people may not put their comment right under your picture. It may just be a thing where they're just sharing your picture and commenting that way.
Right.
Because y'all forget sometimes how these things are used.
Right.
Not everybody may want to go publicly and comment their self, but they share.
Or they'll slide into the DM.
That's right.
And there is where tragedy occurs too.
Tragedy.
So going back to this thing with Daryl, right? So he posted something very sensitive. His friend took that information.
Yep.
And then
shared it. Yes.
If you...
I don't want to use the word friend. I feel like that's not a friend.
But that's what... It's not a friend. It's not a friend.
Yeah.
But now we have wolves in sheep's clothing.
That's right.
Or maybe Uncle Daryl's finger slipped and he clicked a name that he shouldn't have. Right? And I don't know, like, had that been me? Like, some people send me... I actually don't even understand why they have share with your close friends and then share with the public. Because if you want to share anything on any platform, just know it's going to be there.
Exactly.
Even if you post it for 1
second
or
1 millisecond,
one millisecond, a millisecond. Like, honestly,
it's true.
Let one person catch that and screenshot it and save it.
This is how I think. I think there are people who make these applications, apps, right?
Right.
It's not, I mean, though, yeah, it may be run by a computer now, but there are still people back there, right?
For sure,
it goes back there. It goes to these people, right? Everything happens fast because of technology. Go up in that space and ting, right? Okay. It goes up in the space and then it goes on the platforms really quickly, right? So you need to be aware of that. So maybe it's not even a person that you may physically know that's seeing it, but someone sees it. Someone is seeing it, and you don't know. Those people may screen record, take pictures, everything.
Well,
so you need to be aware of what you're posting. And I agree with you. I don't approve of that whole close friend thing. If you can't show it to the world, don't show it at all. That's how I see it.
Because you're putting it out there, and when you put information out there, you're okay with it.
Yeah.
So, and this is why, because one of the comments I showed you said, well, he should be very embarrassed. Well, no. No, he should not be embarrassed.
If anything,
he was okay doing that.
Yes. If anything, he's just feeling hurt and this is us assuming that it's actually a close friend. If his finger slipped, then okay. But if it's actually a close friend, he's just feeling like, wow, I trusted this person. Right. And this is how they're going to do me.
The mistrust.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so here's my other question. Getting a little technical with the Instagram. We should have had one person from Instagram here so they can explain. How do you know who is posting from the close friends, right? When they reshared it. Can you track who did it?
I'm sure they probably can. I'm sure with the right amount of information.
Like, how much money are you willing to pay to find out who did it?
I mean, they can track everything. They track your, what is it, VPN? Is it VPN? Whatever. When they see whose thing is using whatever. That's why Canadian Netflix can only work over here.
Okay.
I went there because I'm really trying to go on
You
the
tried to scam. You see?
I'm not trying to scam.
That's just TMI. This right here is...
Should have kept it to myself.
Leave your Netflix scams for somebody else.
No, but yeah, I feel like they could go back and do all that type of stuff.
Yeah, but what are you paying
to get that down? I don't think you're gonna pay to get it down. I think, and even if you do pay to get it down, unfortunately, again, because this is social media, you know how the people are. Oh, so he went through all of this to get it down. The people are gonna talk. So,
people are already talking.
Yeah, so, I say just leave it out there.
So, people were talking before he posted.
Yeah.
Anything. With that, right? And I guess whatever was posted kind of confirmed some people, and some people were shocked. But the fact is, the friend, which we're focusing on, took what they knew. Maybe they were in the same state of being shocked or not knowing.
But even still,
you're not a friend, as you said. You're not a friend.
To go on such a public forum, I'm gonna put myself in this position now. So if I had sensitive information on my phone and I took it and I wanted to share it to my close friends, disclaimer, I do not have close friends on any form of social media.
I don't even bother. Like, what is that?
If I'm posting on my story, it's going to the world. Okay, so let's say that I did that and I selected my close friends, and whatever I posted, whether it be accident or on purpose, it was so shocking. What I would expect of anyone that I selected in that close friend would be for them to come to me and be like, Deandra, you posted XYZ. Did you know? Not I'm screen recording and I'm going to then take it to, and because it would be me now, take it to a WhatsApp group chat. You know?
Right.
Like,
and you know, WhatsApp is like, you thought Facebook was bad. WhatsApp is horrible.
WhatsApp can be detrimental to you.
Literally, people are trying to see what's up. Like, what's going on, honey? What's the tea?
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's just be vigilant.
Y'all interview your people and see if they make the cut. You know how you get interviewed for jobs?
But sometimes this is why I don't even want new friends, because it's like,
you'd rather work with the old ones they have.
I want to work with the cast that I've had since the Tiffany show was aired. Okay, I want to work with them because like we've been through stuff. But a new person coming to tell me,
you just
I'll
don't
bust
know.
your jaw back. Like, what?
You just don't know people's intentions sometimes. And that's what.
Why? The intention of the person who shared that sensitive video.
That's good.
What
was their
was
intention?
it?
Yeah. What was the purpose? What did they want to achieve?
Maybe, and this is just my damaged mind speaking here. But what if it was someone who liked him?
You know, one of the comments said, "Oh, now all of us as church girls, we've lost our crush."
Oh, stop it!
I said, the boy didn't lose his looks.
No,
you can still like him.
You can lust all you want. That's not going to get you anywhere near his kingdom. However, that person that posted it may have had feelings for him. And they were played. It could have been a male. It could have been a female. And so exposed. So intentions of your friends. Are they good intentions?
This is a question you ask in the interview process. You know, what is your intention?
How do you interview a friend?
Okay, so we go through.
Or do we do? Oh, you know in companies how they do the year-end review?
Yeah. Oh,
or like,
ooh, maybe we should incorporate that. Maybe we should start incorporating that in our lives.
Maybe it could be a thing.
What I do is I see these people, I'll say people, in different circumstances, in different life experiences, and I see how
it's
they
like a
handle
pop quiz.
Yeah. And I feel like now that my friends are gonna be watching this, they're gonna be like, what? Like, was it that in depth before I got here?
Well, I know that I will be doing that. Okay, I'm gonna study for this.
No, because you really have to ensure that the people who are in your life are in your life because not like because they want to be in your life because they want to get information, but they're in your life because they're for good and they genuinely care about your success, your happiness, and all that stuff. And in our girl chat, we talked about cutting people off.
Wow.
I am a professional at cutting people off. And some people may say that maybe
Fruit ninja, right?
Some people may say that may be a character flaw, but I mean, you're entitled to your own opinions.
That's true, but I mean,
I ensure that whoever is around me, around my life, in my inner circle, they're there for good. So if at any point, and it's not like, okay, you show me a little red flag and I cut you off altogether. It's like, I give you chances and you're made aware. Like, I'm not just going to give you chances in my head and you don't even know that you messed up.
Right.
I'll come to you and I'll say, this happened. I didn't like it. this is how I feel. How do you feel? What were your intentions? Why did you do this? If they say, oh, like I wasn't even thinking, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. But I also...
Learn to think, because I always hear that too. I wasn't even thinking. Learn to think.
This is true. But I also, oh, this is going to sound bad. I also kind of downgrade their friendship, if that makes sense. So, like, if you were really close...
They're demoted?
And you really hurt me, I will still invite you to events.
So your ex-best friend just got canceled. She got fired from the job.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
We don't really talk.
Okay.
But that also comes with, like,
where does
life
forgiveness
experiences and
come
changing.
in?
I do forgive.
But you're just not bringing in...
I forgive. So it's not like I have no ought against them right now. Like,
okay.
I've forgiven them. Yeah.
Nice.
I've forgiven them, but it doesn't mean that they will have the same place in my life.
Okay.
Like, if I see you on road, we will talk. Like, hey, what's up? How's life? What's new? What did I miss? Yada, yada, yada. But and again, maybe a character flaw, but I can't see myself putting them right back there when there's a chance that
can happen.
Exactly. Again. And especially because now I'm further along in life, I guess you could say, where I now have a husband. I have, like, their dreams and goals that I do want to accomplish. So, not to say that...
But was that person ever a part of the dream or the goal?
No.
Right.
So I guess that's also why.
It doesn't
faze me.
But
it was a learned experience. Like, I did learn a lot from that experience, and that's kind of why your friends are there, right? To teach you stuff and to help you grow, and some you grow out of, because you said some are here for a season and some are here for a reason, you know, and it's a matter of understanding that. But
I thought I had a friend for a season, and I was going to distance myself and kind of fade, but I was able to approach the situation.
Yeah.
I was still frustrated, but certain circumstances shone light on our actual relationship, and what I thought was like a fully interlocked was very loose tiles.
Some people are surprised at you.
Very loose tiles, and it was like, are we close? Because I don't know that. You know that? Okay. And it was like maybe who I once knew, and this could happen between close friends too, who you once knew, life changes for them too.
Yep. People grow.
People grow.
Like, so many things happen.
They may not share everything either for certain reasons. And so what you thought you knew, you actually don't really know. And so because I know myself, remember Tiffany and God
you only know you.
So I knew myself. So I said, I see it's something worth approaching and working on. But had I not taken that stance, we wouldn't be as close as we are.
Yeah.
But because I took that stance, and I'm still supporting.
Yeah, you do have to fight.
We're actually fine.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah. And I guess it's okay to fight for some relationship. Maybe I should say that, because y'all are probably thinking that every relationship, I'm just like,
but there are so there's some, like the girl that I chat her business, and she just disappeared like Kiaspa. I didn't really bother rekindling it.
Yeah.
I killed her with kindness though.
Yeah. Kill the people with kindness.
Kill them. We don't talk. You're still following me. I'm still following you.
Yeah.
So it's not that. So I don't think there was a maturity there on her part, and there's some maturity there on my part, and I'm okay with that. You don't need to be, and it's not to say like you weren't in my close circle, so I don't even care about you now.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay, and I wish you all the best, and I would hope to God that you wish me the best.
Yes. And
right?
That's fair.
It's maturity too.
Yeah, 100%. And something that I think people may have, I guess, misconstrued, or some sort of idea that close friends don't fight or don't have disagreements, or all that type of stuff.
It's a relationship. It's a
Just
full-blown
like
man-woman.
You will not always see eye to eye.
No.
Sometimes you may not even talk to them. And I have some close friends who, I won't talk to you for maybe a week or two, but we know that we're
fine.
We're okay. Because when I pick up my phone and I call you, we're carrying like we didn't miss a beat.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then you do have those other relationships. And again, it all goes back to maturity. Because there are some people who would be like, oh, but you didn't call me. Like, where are you? Like,
Sometimes I call my friends Lazarus. Sometimes. But if you've been missing for like years or like look what Jesus brought to us today. Whoa. So a lot of people are like, Lazarus?
This is good.
Yeah, you so funny. Usually it's the guys who want to resurface like they were always there, but you're not, and it's okay. You're friends, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I don't have to speak to you every day.
100%.
I'm not a daily friend.
I'm not either.
Maybe with my family.
Yes.
Maybe, and that's not even like a sure thing, but like a family chat, depending on what the sus is.
Yeah, then that's obviously.
Well, we're gonna talk because for this particular topic, it was not paragraph things, and I'm like, I'm over paragraphs.
That's a lot to read. I always tell people, don't send me paragraphs. I won't read it. Call me.
I'm like,
or send a voice note. Voice notes.
Voice notes are a blessing, and I don't think we give them the respect that is due.
Yeah, and I think voice notes are also good because you can't screenshot it.
Right.
Like, you really got to
But
play
it's also...
And then screen recording. That's more work. You don't want to do that.
Girl, the people, man. The people.
Yeah. Know your close friends, guys.
Who they are.
Interview them. Maybe you need to do a year-end review and see.
Yo, I love that.
And you know what? That is actually a really good idea. And this was 2020. This year was rough.
Yeah.
Where were your close friends?
You know what?
Where are your close friends?
I will say shout out to my friends. To my close friends. And I've been blessed to have a village of, I know it sounds weird, but like 20 plus people that you've grown up with.
Mm-hmm.
That you know for sure.
Yeah.
During the pandemic,
mm-hmm.
one of my friends, so he now lives in Charlotte.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, we're gonna have a Zoom meeting weekly.
Wow.
And we're gonna see where we are, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna talk and we're just gonna vibe. And it brought a lot of us so close together.
Mm-hmm.
And other things, spawned off of that. Unfortunately, we don't really do it now because some of us are back to work and some of us are, leading our daily lives. But like, it was so good to know that, my close friends, we talk about the most things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weekly. Like I'm going to do a little plug here for the living room.
Okay.
So my brother and my good friend a couple good friends put together this thing called the living room. Oh. It's every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock from 9 to 10 p.m.
What is it?
On Instagram. It's literally called the living room. And any and everything. This is what it is. So the livingroom.tv on Instagram, and they actually have a link if you subscribe. We talk about everything: spiritual warfare, spiritual gifts, how to win, like testimony. Yeah. So you can go and log into the livingroom.tv, or you can go to the actual site. And basically, we talk about politics. We talk about life. We talk about pandemic. We talk about finances. Everything. Your bad breed children, your good breed children. Everything. Every single thing. And so it was good because it was a lot of our close friends that kind of were in there like swimwear, right? It's definitely exposed to everyone. I love that we have a lot of people outside of our church walls that come and participate. But that was another place where our close friends got to check on each other.
Yeah.
Right? So I just think that you need those check-ins. You need the year-end review. You might need to do quarterly reviews.
Listen, because some people need it. You don't have to do it for everybody, but some people need it. Where are your friends? Where were your friends?
Yeah, and some of my friends I've noticed, because I started paying closer attention, that they require certain things that I was not giving. So some required more time in person.
Yeah.
Right? I could show you something like, oh, I have to show you something. Why do I have to come to your house?
Because
you send it, but they want the, and I respect that, and I love them for that. Other people, they loved or they showed gratitude in a different way than I expected. So this year gave me a chance to really look at my friends and see what was required of them, their love language that was required in order to understand who they were. And so that's why I can't take on any new friends.
She's fully...
it's a project. Yeah. It's definitely and I say project because with a project, you take your time to investigate and understand.
And you invest time and effort and
effort to understand who they are, because the fact is they're going to be there for the rest of their lives. And if they're not, something happened in between there.
You know?
Guys, girlfriends is another topic that I would not mind delving into, because watching girlfriends now, on the topic of close friends, watching girlfriends now, I think they are all with issues, like deep-rooted issues. Joan is never satisfied and always ruins relationships knowingly and unknowingly.
Yes.
Why are you so desperate? You're only 30
and you need to get married now.
You need, but society puts that on the woman too. Something is wrong with your sauce after 35.
Yeah.
That's what they're
That's what they say.
That's what they're kind of saying, right? Something is wrong with you. Why are you so quick to be in bed with someone, or quick to? I have a 9-month rule. Well, stick to your 9.
But breaks it every time.
You want breaky.
What's the point of a rule if every time you have the rule you break it? This is a good topic.
I don't know, guys. Girlfriends is another thing that I don't mind spending time. Spend a little time.
I love that every time that there's a phrase that or something. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this chat. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We had Tiffany Dawn. She got it going on up in the building. Woo!
I like to shout out KSB Designs.
Because y'all are going to see me in another film with this top.
So this is my Kirith B top.
Oh, let me not put the pillow because it should. Wow. It's amazing. We're going to put her information below. So thanks for watching, guys. Summary. Know who your close friends are. Know who you can trust.
Year-end review.
Year-end review. Make sure that they're intentional friendships. Or do quarterly review, and as I do, test your friends. Yeah. Thanks for watching. That's Just TMI. We are thought-provoking,
motivational,
inspirational.
Bye.